But yeah, guys, I think that we are going to need a bigger boat. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Command Center. My name is Commander Lionheart. I'm joined with G on one side, and look at it. Look at this. Look at this handsome fellow over here on the right. Over here, just smoking that pipe with that captain hat, and I just look at him. Just jolly old Frank Silva is our guest star for tonight because Midos, I don't know where he is. Right, Frank? Midos Silva?
Hello, guys. Squiddy bucklet.
Your voice acting is spot on, boy.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
so great. So
Isn't that how pirates just talk? That they just.
Yeah. Funny enough, there's a scene in the movie about that.
yeah, the Hooper is mocking Quint. Quint, right? Already forgot his goddamn name. It's Quint. Yeah.
I don't remember anybody in the movie.
Oh, good. G. Okay. I was like, wait, I can't hear G. Okay, but I could definitely hear sharks. This is
Power shots.
yes, power sharks. Hey, John, welcome to the stream. I need to do something with John. I need to make him a mod on YouTube because I have the two of you as mods on Twitch, but I don't have a deputy on YouTube, so I need to do. I
Let
need to
me
make
check
him.
Why don't
how that
we-
works.
Why don't we make a? We all get together in a room. And we get John to the island.
We need to knight him. I think that I need to go to YouTube Studio. I was going to watch it, but that didn't pan out. Yeah, John actually bought the Jaws collection, and for some reason, the
Oh,
Jaws
God.
collection. No, the Jaws collection only has Jaws 2, 3, and 4. Doesn't have the original one.
Seriously?
Yeah, he got bamboozled.
Dude,
When somebody
were you?
chats,
I'll take that receipt. Take those movies. Go back to where you bought them, and say, "Hey, this is incomplete. You're scamming people."
Lion.
Yeah.
It says when somebody chats,
Mm-hmm.
click the flag that appears to the right of their name, and then set user as moderator.
I think I need to go to the live stream maybe here.
Yeah, you need to go to the live stream of.
And this is technical class with Lion and Mitos.
Yep. We are working because we need a mod, yeah. We need a mod.
Go to your stream. Just go to the link of your stream.
I'm here.
Okay, now on.
Okay, me. Why? Goddamn. No, it's not made for
That
kids.
okay.
Yeah, it's
That
safe.
okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
here he is. I can see you. Report?
Okay, go. No.
Add moderator.
There we go.
There he is. John.
He has been sorted
You have been sorted. You have been sworded. But
on YouTube. Is arranged.
more than that, we need you to pledge an oath. We need you to put your left hand up and say, "I will protect the horny. No horny. Bunk the horny. Even if it is myself."
You
Pledge
said,
allegiance.
You said I will protect the horny, so that means he has to protect the horny, not bunk the horny. You were supposed to join them, not kill them.
You
You have
know,
the high ground now, Mythos?
Matos. No, well, with that hat, Matos will always have that high ground. Look at that magnificent hat and pipe. Just amazing.
I
Just
have that high
love it.
ground and that horniness. Am I right?
He definitely looks like a horny man, doesn't he? Like, I don't know. He looks like he's in that photo alone, in that frame alone.
Horny
He just looks like he's ready to. He's like, I see someone skinny dipping over there that needs some. Speaking of skinny dipping and horniness,
Hey.
There at the beginning.
speaking of horniness and skinny dipping, that's literally how we start this movie off, doesn't it? With
Yep.
horniness.
It starts with titties and chomp.
This is a good. That was a good segue, honestly. Like we're going right in. Yeah, Jaws is almost like Jason from
It rolled smoothly.
the Friday the 13th movies, where he just can't see horniness. Like Jaws saw her with her titties out in the water, and he was like, "I want some of that pussy," and he was just like, he just. He wanted that pussy for himself, honestly. Oh man, yeah, that's.
Well, more so that he left nothing about that girl.
He was so fucking
did.
pissed drunk. Oh man.
Not even the bones were left.
Yeah. No, well,
left something of her.
they found. Remember, they found a hand, and there
Found
were
her in
other.
They found her like hair and her hand.
Yeah.
That's it.
They did find other pieces that I believe that Hooper actually saw the pieces, and he was like, yeah, you're saying this was a boat? You fucking idiots! This was no boat. It was a shot.
Yeah, it was, and a big shark, not just a shark. It was a big shark. I don't know. Should I put the trailer?
I gotta
Are we
say,
gonna get copyrighted again? Blocked?
introducing our main,
What?
the way they introduced our main antagonist was not the best. It's
Really?
like-
I wouldn't say that he's the antagonist.
I mean,
From a certain point of view,
antagonist.
Jaws. From a certain point of view, Big Shark is actually the hero.
true. That is true. But it's
Uh,
like they show her getting eaten, but they never show a glimpse of Jaws at the beginning. It's just like
they don't
okay,
show. I mean, they
a
don't
shark
show
ate
Jaws.
somebody.
They don't show them.
I
For
believe that you see
for most of the movie.
Jaws. Yeah, I believe that you
like
come to see
about-
Jaws a little bit under the water when he eats the guy in the pond.
Yeah, that's when you see the fin.
You get to see like I believe you get to see the shark fin when
Yeah.
he eats the kid.
No,
No,
you don't.
Okay.
You do see
Actually-
you do see the fins when it's at the pond, that he hits the old geezer. That's when you
Okay.
see.
by the way, those were practical effects.
Yes. All of it was practical effects. This movie was released because, before we continue, this movie was released actually in June 20th of 1975. So, we're a little bit ahead of its, how many years is that? 46th anniversary? 75.
Yeah.
40. Yeah. Yeah. 46th
Nah.
anniversary
Nah,
of the
Yes.
movie.
nah.
2005 is 30, 2015 is 40, and 20 is 45, 2021 is 46.
Okay, yeah. So
Details.
46th anniversary of the release of the movie. We almost got there. Well, we were
I
almost.
love it. Don't no mess like me and yo. I see.
It was directed by Steven Spielberg. I don't know if this was this his first movie. I
I
I
don't know. Let me check.
I know that this was the first one that it was his biggest. I'm not entirely sure if this. I don't think that it might have been his first one. But this movie had a budget of 9 million.
Yeah, it was a first
A
blockbuster
lot
as
of
well.
money.
Oh yes, this movie
The
Jaws
first Star
was
Wars.
this was the original blockbuster. That's why I mentioned it when we did Star Wars. This movie actually was the you know the one that set the standard. I mean, it was back to back. It was this and Star Wars. Both of them set the Star Wars the standard for the modern movie blockbuster, as in the summer movie trend, because both of these movies released like around the summertime. Star Wars was in May and this was in June, so that's why the summer blockbuster season, at least
I gotta
before the
say-
pandemic, started in May usually. I think that the one exception for this was Avengers Endgame 2 years ago, because that one started pre-May, so it wasn't considered in the summer blockbuster season, even though it was a blockbuster in its own right. So, but yeah, this movie and Star Wars, they are basically to blame for the Hollywood that we have now, I guess. Whether it's for better or for worse.
I gotta say,
Yeah,
for a movie about shark, you definitely see a very little of shark in the beginning, like what, 4.5?
You know what? I don't have a problem with that, honestly. I think that and I have never seen the other Jaws movie either, but I have heard that there is a common complaint that there is too much shark in the upcoming movies, in the sequels and whatnot, and even in some other shark movies, or the deal with this is that this isn't like Terminator. This isn't a actual character, performance by someone. This is a natural animal. So I actually prefer it that they kept it under wraps most of the time, especially because, to be honest, once you do see the shark, not the like nature documentary footage that they took, which it says at the end of the credits, by the way, that they did film actual shark footage in the ocean. So, and I guess that they used some of it because you can't see difference by the end of the movie when the shark is underwater. The part where Hooper is in the scuba suit in the cage and shit.
In the cage.
So you can basically see that there is the shark is actually, it moves in a real manner, like it is a real shark, because it is a real shark. It is actual footage, unlike when you see when it attacks the boat and shit, and when Brody is going to for the kill and shit. And I know that I'm going off ahead and shit, but that is animatronic.
Mhm.
That is an animatronic. That is not obviously a shark. So I am appreciative that we didn't see too much of the shark. Like, it did enshroud it a little bit in mystery. We all know it's a shark. We all know what's happening, but still, there are different varieties of shark that nowadays we do know. But from what I gathered from the movie is that, people only had a basic concept of different types of shark, and that there were still more species or subspecies of shark that humanity keeps learning of every time. Yes, G?
yeah. On a side note, I have something to add to what you're saying. But on a side note, the first movie of Steven Spielberg, if we're counting all the movies that he has made.
Mhm.
It's a movie called Firelight, which is an amateur film, which he was the director, the producer, the editor, the cinematographer, and the composer.
Interesting. What year
And
was that released?
that was in 1964, following in 1971, where he directed a movie called Duel, and then in 1973, was 2 years before Jaws, he got Ace, Ellie, and Roger of the Skies. And then he directed a year before Jaws, The Sugarland Express, which was 1974. And then you get Jaws,
Okay, so it
which I
was
believe
his fifth or sixth film.
1, 2, 3, 4. It was his fifth film, but I believe that it was his first big budget film.
Okay. Interesting. John says that Firelight is fantastic. We need to look up at least a trailer of that later. Remind me by the end of the stream to look it up. I have never heard of any of those movies actually. So
And judging by the movie, the budget for the movie Duel, which I mentioned,
mhm.
it only has a budget of $450,000. So I believe that Jaws is the first big budget movie that he undertook as a director.
Yeah, like I said, the movie had a budget of 9 million. The total sum of what the movie has made over the years is 472 million. But obviously, this movie has been re-released, so but still, in the box office weekend, I believe that it made 7 million domestically for one day, I believe, because I think that it made a lot. It made quite a lot in a few weeks, and then it was released globally, and it made like a more than 120 million or something like that.
Yeah. So you were saying something about the sharks?
Yeah,
And the
I appreciate the elusiveness, the mystery surrounding the shock, I guess. I don't think that we needed to. I think that it would have deviated a little bit too much because the movie is still about man versus nature, man versus the shark. And obviously, you can't villainize a shark more than it already is. You know, this sort of predator that eats and just because, you know. So it's not like
Yes. Go on.
it's not like Terminator where, you know, we saw the Terminator at times, you know, like we saw him when he came back from the future, him doing other stuff, you know. It's not the same thing. So that's why I say that I kind of appreciate it. I understand your point of view also, Mythos, that, you know, this is a shark movie and we barely get a shark. But I kind of understand because of the time that it was filmed, you know, 1975 again. That
is true.
You know, like we can evaluate we can evaluate movies a lot of the times and say, oh, it did this wrong and whatever because of today's standards. But we have to also look at the past. You know, we have to evaluate them from what was done before them or what was done at the same time. If we look at it like from right now, 46 years after the fact, you know, it's gonna be a little bit rougher to you know, review it fairly. So I at least give it that I appreciated the mystery. I can imagine how this movie may have affected people in 1975. You know, like if I had seen this goddamn movie in the theater in 1975, I wouldn't want to go in the water ever again.
Well, I believe that it was playing on the people's ignorance of wildlife per se, because most, well, when I started hearing the movie, because I have seen this movie 1,000 times, and I actually texted you and said, "Well, I'm gonna be hearing the I'm gonna be hearing more the movie than actually seeing it because I have seen it like many times." So when I started hearing this movie and hearing what they were saying, it was interesting because I immediately went, "Gee, grab the science that you know and toss it out the window," because there's no science in this movie whatsoever. Because they basically describe the shark as a man eater, man killer, killing machine. I believe that Hoover actually describes the great white as a frenzy eating machine that makes shark babies. That it only kills, eats, and reproduces. And if we follow the science, we know that it's not like that. Sharks are more than just killing machines, and most of the attacks that sharks perpetrate against humans is actual confusion between seals and humans.
Yeah, but obviously we still, again, like you said, we need to throw the science out of it because obviously this is a movie, and having a docile shark would not make for an action-packed movie. Even though this isn't really action-packed itself, it is more.
It's a horror thriller.
Yeah, it is a thriller.
mean-
I would definitely
and
categorize it as a thriller. Honestly, like there is like this tension of will it eat them or what will it do next? What happens? And and all that.
And that's why, like you, I appreciate the fact that we don't actually see Jaws much later on, because it actually it starts. It's like a chord. You start playing a chord very slowly, and then you build up. You create that build up, and when you actually have the shark attack someone, it actually has impact.
Yeah, I believe that they have done this very recently with A Quiet Place, where they don't show the monsters in that movie. I have not seen it, and whatever. And I think that people have said that it is much more effective to not see the threat than actually having seen it. Like sometimes it loses that effect, that scare effect, I guess. Once you actually see the what do
That's
we
why
call
I
it?
don't like.
What do we call this? This-
Well, Mythos mentioned antagonists, right? Mythos.
yeah,
Sorry, what?
You
mentioned what?
you did mention that the shark was like an antagonist, and I said like, well, not necessarily.
what is
I
the
mean, it is kind of like the antagonist of the movie. I know it's not like it doesn't portray the shark as an antagonist, but like just a way of saying they see the
I
shark
see,
as
I
the
see.
bad guy, basically.
Oh, I see, I see. So what you're essentially are doing is it's like what we would normally do. We would separate. Okay, the humans are the good guys; they are the heroes. And since the shark is killing humans and innocent humans at that, so that makes the shark the antagonist.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think that
But
it does a fine job of establishing that both, the shark is the antagonist, like it is the quote unquote evil force of the movie, but also the water is his territory. So in a way, it's not like it's completely chaotic evil for the sake of being it. It's just that that's the way these animals tend to be.
Yeah.
I will say,
I mean-
however, that I don't know. I mean, I guess this will be like one of my biggest criticisms probably of the movie. They didn't explain necessarily where the shark came from, because apparently they had not had this shark incident before in Amity Island.
well, since that I drew the signs out the window, Hoover brought it back wrongly, but he brought it back. And he actually says something that it was weird to have a shark of this size so up north or so south. I don't remember which coordinate he actually mentions, but he says that it was weird to have this kind of predator in these waters because these waters are not common ground for him. So
yeah, but I think that when he mentions that, it's the tiger shark that the fisherman caught. It's not the great white. Because he also doesn't know that it's a great white until they go check on the boat at the middle of the night, and he finds the shark tooth encrusted in the boat. So yeah, I don't know. This movie actually is like a lot of Steven Spielberg movies. Actually, this one is based on a novel that released a year prior to the movie. There's a novel that is Jaws.
Based on a real story.
Yeah, it's a real. So I don't know. Maybe
I got a question for you two. Mythos, have you been to Universal Studios?
Nope, I have never left Puerto Rico.
Damn kid. Lion, did you?
Yeah.
So have you ride the Jaws ride in Universal Studios?
I don't remember if we got to ride that one. I know of the Jurassic Park one we did ride. I know of the Mummy
That one.
as well, but I don't think that I got to ride the Jaws one. I don't know if it was when we went, because it was around what 2005, 2006, around that time is when I went.
Okay, so well, what I can recall, give me a second.
While we wait for G to come back with his thoughts, let's watch the trailer. Maybe the trailer will explain to us what the hell the shark.
Get the MCA.
Time to get the DMCA. DMCA. DMCA.
And when you gives me the DMCA.
Creature alive today who has survived millions of years of evolution without change, without passion, and without logic. It lives to kill. A mindless eating machine. It will attack and devour anything. It is as if God created the devil and gave him jaws.
We did see a little bit of the of a shark at the beginning, Mythos.
Of Peter Benchley's best-selling
Maybe I
novel,
forgot.
Jaws.
Oh, the trailer actually mentions the novel.
Found out that a girl got killed here last week.
Maybe it was caught. I don't know. You know how sometimes traders show things and then they have to cut it.
But you let people go swimming anyway.
Okay, so we do see the fin. Or at least the tail, I think.
It's all psychological. You yell barracuda. Everybody says,
Then Bobby was
you
eating.
yell shark.
It was Alex.
We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th.
Whatever the fuck the name. I don't care.
I know you don't remember any of the names, Mythos.
Yeah. What we are dealing with here is a perfect
And I honestly only remember
eating
them.
machine.
To be honest, Maneater really spoiled me.
Oh god.
Because I really wanted to see the shark just jumping up jumping up the ocean, getting into land and eating everybody.
No, Mythos.
20-footer. 25. 3 tons out of
Like I remember, I did remember, like the end bits. Yeah, I was like, dude, freaking man-eater shark would destroy everybody here. That would be cool.
This fucking trailer, though. Jesus H. Christ.
none of man's fantasies of evil. can
That's a
compare to the
chink.
reality
A chink.
of Jaws. Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw.
You wanted to see the shark
Dreyfuss.
jump in the air for a license
Jaws.
plate. Is what John says.
See it
Yes.
before you go swimming.
What is that shark doing? I don't know.
I have
Trying to get a new car, probably.
maybe the popo you know, they took away his car, his old car, they impounded it, and he needs a new license
Dude.
plate.
Fast and Furious Jaws, please, please.
Oh god. I mean, it could be a possibility.
I just want to see Vin Diesel try next to a shark.
Why
know
would
what?
you-
The shark that is the freaking Shakira shark? Just Vin Diesel driving right next to the shark and be like, "With family," and just drive off.
I was thinking more that Vin Diesel would be riding the shark. You know, like Optimus Prime is riding Grimlock in that fourth Transformers movie. He's like, we ride the waves a quarter mile at a time.
Sorry about that.
With family.
Hey Sharky, we family. You know what's fitting though? You know what's
Yes.
You know what's fitting though? That the next episode of Mystery Movie Friends is actually Fast and Furious. So
Oh my god.
it all ties together. Oh my god. Everything just ties together too perfectly, man.
Blood and Kingdom Hearts.
Jesus. Wait, I mean,
G,
who
you
owns
missed it. You missed everything, G.
who has the
What
rights
I missed.
who has the rights to Jaws, to the Jaws franchise?
I believe that it's Universal. But
If it's Universal,
check real quick.
they can do a fucking crossover. Fast and Furious, Jaws, Jurassic Park. What else? What else is
I
Universal?
mean,
We can cross over.
Fast and Furious, they're going to space. They can now go to the past and like drive freaking dinosaurs.
There's a theory that the Fast and Furious crew goes to space. They take so long that when they come back to Earth, they actually find out that that Jurassic World happened and that the dinosaurs are loose on the Earth. And that would be amazing. That would be the only way to keep going up with Fast and Furious. Like, come on, man.
They had to drift. They had to drift raid the Megalodon.
Oh my god. Yes. So oh man. So great. So good. I love it. I let's fund this. Why are we not funding this, Speedos?
Yes.
Fast and Furious, but with sharks. We can call them Street Sharks. Nope. Went too far with that one. Nope. Shut it down, boys.
Kids.
Shut it down.
Okay, kids. I got some news for you.
Yes.
Furious sharks.
Universal Pictures.
Yes. Woo!
Oh.
Let's do it. Come on, let's make some phone calls right now. Let's do it. Street Sharks, a Fast and
Gee.
Furious movie.
Gee, I was telling Lion that Maneater really spoiled me because whenever there was something happening with Jaws at the beach and everyone was like going crazy, and, a shark! And I was there just waiting for Jaws to jump off the water into land and started eating everybody, just like in Maneater.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Maneater is a video game that is about being a shark and just doing shark things.
Fucking amazing game, and
It
you
is
should
the
play it.
it is the best B movie type of game like that I've played. Like, it's stupid. It is such a stupid damn game, and I don't know why it makes me happy though. Even
The
with
Animal
stupidity.
Planet, National Geographic style, like narrator.
Yeah, you know
And here we
these
see the shark.
yeah, when they're like hunting and shit, or fishing and shit, those programs that they show. Yeah, and we were out there in the storm.
Okay.
And we,
So you were talking about the panic at the beach.
the Panic at the Disco, yes.
Okay. Did you guys notice that there was a woman that grabbed her kid?
Mm-hmm.
She was holding the kid,
Mm-hmm.
but she was staying in the water. She was not going out of the water. She was just there, holding the kid, screaming.
Oh boy. No, I didn't. I actually didn't notice that.
It was
I didn't
it
know.
was when the kids actually pulled a prank on everyone and the Coast Guard
Oh,
were like,
okay. That's
we got
the.
shot, we got shot.
Okay, so that's like the second time. That's the 4th of July one. Yeah, there's
Oh, but if you're talking about the first one when they find the girl, or was it when the kid died?
no, when the kid died. Which, by the way, I was
Little
surprised that
Billy died.
I Alex, I
Yeah,
was
that one.
surprised, you know, that they actually killed a kid in one of these movies. Like, I was like,
They killed
usually-
the
Oh,
dog.
that fucking kid, I was like,
the
hell
dog
yeah.
disappeared. We don't. I guess that he swallowed the dog whole because the fucking dog disappeared.
Okay, it was like when you go to Oyugas and you order la bolita de pescado, and that's the appetizer, and then the kid is the main entree.
Yes. Sure. Goddamn.
Excuse
D.
me, waiter. Can I get an Alex with a side of salad?
Of dog salad, yeah. I was surprised actually by that. I was like,
Uh-huh.
and they did like a 1-for-2 because when I saw the dog, I was like, oh no, don't do the dog, please, don't do the dog. They didn't show how the dog got snatched, but they still got him, so it didn't make me as sad. And then the shark snatched the kid and just and I was like, Jesus. I was not expecting that. Like, usually for these kinds of movies, children are usually safe. You know, like
Fuck them
usually,
kids.
I say usually.
Well, you know, Steven Spielberg, he was like, we gotta make this authentic.
Spielberg was like, fuck the kids. Nobody's safe in my movie.
But you know
But-
what's amazing about that kid, Alex?
Yeah.
Remember when Cooper actually, before that attack, he went to the mayor. And
It's
he
actually Brody.
requested that Brody? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Brody.
It's Chief Brody.
I'll just call him Chief. It's easier.
Chief.
He went to
Billy
the
Town Mayor.
he went to the mayor and actually requested that the beach close up because there
Yeah.
was possibly a shark.
Yeah.
And it was denied because
In typical politician fashion.
he was actually thinking about the
The money.
Best interest.
The
No, 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 no.
moolah.
no. He was acting in the best interest of the people.
Yeah,
of
the best.
humanity.
Yeah, the best interest of his pockets. Yes, that is the best interest of the town. What
And, and remember when I told you that one of my reactions was gonna be cat?
Uh huh.
It was in that scene when I heard about the conversation of closing down the beaches and all that. I was standing in line to buy something at a restaurant, and was seeing the scene where the mother comes to the chief, slaps him,
No.
and says, "You could have prevented this. You could have avoided this. Now I don't have my son." And I was like,
It's
Are you, bitch?" Like he was actually trying to protect the people, but the mayor was like, "No, money
Yeah.
first."
But nobody sees that or knows that. That's the problem. I mean, well,
But the thing is that he acts like he
Because
was guilty.
he
wasn't.
yeah, because he does feel responsible for what happened, you know, because he is the one in charge of the safety of this town. But the mayor, you know, like all politicians, because politics have not changed in 46 years. Politicians are still this trashy and crappy and shit. So, you know, because they say that they
6
are
years.
acting for the betterment of the community and my town and yada yada yada. But that's how we get, opening up everything up and no mask and you know, I'm not gonna keep going because then we'll get political. And this is
Slow
not
down,
political show.
Slow down. Slow down. Slow
It's
down.
Anyways.
about sharks, not politics.
This is about sharks, not sharks in suits. You're right. Water sharks, not sharks in suit. You're right.
But I gotta
But
say, I have to admit, those moments when Jaws eats people, it made me so happy.
Of course it
See,
did.
this is the problem. We are here trying to be rational people, and Mitos is over there defending the goddamn fucking shark. See, you see the problem here? You see the problem in this show that we have to deal with every single time? Like he's always taking the side. He's like, yeah, Anakin was right. Yeah, fuck those younglings. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, Anakin, you do your thing, son. You do it. Just kill him.
Lion and me are like, yeah, logic. And Mitos is like, yeah, blood.
It's like, yeah, fuck those people. Who cares about them? That shark was awesome, though, right? Am I right? High five. No, just me. Sharky, eat them. Like, Jesus H. Christ, every single time.
I'm secretly Aquaman. I
You're
will
s-
write
No,
instead
you're
of two
bullshit.
dolphins, I'm gonna write 2 white sharks.
You do know that in the
Yes.
comic, you do know that in the comics, Aquaman actually did like use a great white shark, a humongous great white shark to eat someone. So
That's cool.
you're not,
That's
you're
fucking cool.
actually not far off, honestly.
I believe that he rides sharks in the movie.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
Also,
to be honest, Aquaman is the reason why Sharknado exists.
Let's not mention that one. John says that I believe John's was before the law that you can't directly show a kid's death on screen. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense, I guess, because I was wondering that. I was like, yeah,
Pretty
I
sure
have
because of Jaws that law happened.
Yeah, maybe, probably. Like I do know that nowadays you can't see a kid's death or anything, or at least in that level, you know.
It's actually interesting because if that when was that law came into effect? If John can actually answer that.
John, if you could look it up and let us know about it, I would.
Yeah, that
Greatly
that would be
appreciate
very
it.
interesting.
Yeah, let me know because it's very interesting because I believe that Steven Spielberg actually directed one of the Indiana Jones movies.
I mean,
I
Steven
don't
Spielberg.
Think that
Spielberg has directed all the Indiana Jones movies.
so he's responsible for the Nazi face melting shit.
So John says you can show a kid's dead body, but you can't show the act of them being killed. Which is what happened here when we saw him.
Yeah, he got fucking eaten.
He got chomped.
Hell yeah.
So basically Spielberg is responsible for actually bringing those regulations into effect.
He's been
Most
responsible for
likely, yeah.
he's actually been responsible for a couple of things. Like I said at the beginning, the this box office thing of the summer blockbuster. If this was the movie that caused that law that John said, then that's another one. And he was the one who, and the whole PG-13 thing was because of Indiana
Exactly.
Jones and the Temple of Doom, because they showed a face melting off, and that was a PG movie. Before that, there was no PG-13, and that movie was the one that actually created the PG-13 rating. So Steven Spielberg has been responsible for a lot of shit.
Bringing change to the movies,
Yeah,
You know what?
to the movie
you know what?
industry.
that's
You
why
know
he's
what? Steven
regarded
Spielberg,
as one of the
20
best.
Steven Spielberg, 2024. Go for him.
No, please no.
So yeah, what?
Yeah, I was very happy. I was very happy with all the deaths.
Goddamn.
I was
Oh,
like,
of
hell
course.
yeah, eat my boy, eat.
Yes, grow bigger. Oh, I know why you wanted it, because you're in that man-eater mentality that that it would keep growing and getting experience and leveling up to an even bigger, better shark.
Growing up until it becomes a megalodon.
Yeah, of course. So apparently it's not a law. It's an unwritten rule in shows and movies, apparently.
Okay.
Oh, so,
I do
so
know of its existence. Even if it's not a law or anything, I do know of its existence, which is why it surprised me when I did see that kid's death, because I had knowledge of it.
So this is it will come from the same people responsible for the ratings.
Yeah.
So
But-
people dying, Mitos liking.
So yeah,
Yep. That's
after
that's
everybody died, they decided to go for to hunt down Joss. It was the main dude, the other dude, and the boat dude.
Yeah, the first half of this movie is basically establishing the Jaws,
Actually,
I guess.
Yeah, but actually it is up until an hour and 20 minutes that they actually decide, hey, let's actually kill this motherfucker.
No, it was. Let me see. here.
They wanted to get rid of the shark before the 4th of July celebration because of the beach and all that.
Yeah.
So at around an hour and 10 minutes, with 57 more minutes left, or 55 more minutes left of the movie, is when things shift from them getting hunted, I guess, to them trying to hunt. Although most of the movie, the fishermen and shit, after the kid bites the dust and they put a bounty on the shark, fishermen start dropping by and want to capture the shark. They capture a shark, but not the shark. And
those fishermen were as crazy as to use TNT to actually fish the shark.
It actually reminded me of Kong Skull Island, when in Kong Skull Island they drop seismic charges for some weird ass reason, and that's what wakes up Kong, and Kong starts stirring up shit. So it did remind me a little bit of that. Did anyone else notice though that there was a lot of imagery at the beginning of the movie that was a little bit foreshadowing? In the book that Brody is reading after I believe it was the girl, after the first incident, there was a shark that had like a helium tank or something stuck in his mouth. There was a picture in the book, and I saw that, and I was like, and I was like,
I remember the book, like he going through the shark book and all that, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, I saw that. There was something else that I know that I saw, and I thought to myself, this is foreshadowing. Oh, when they are in the boat and they have the yeah, and they're Brody. He cuts loose the tank thing that he
Oh
says
yeah, yeah.
that is highly explosive and shit, and I was like, that's foreshadowing. But there was a few other things I if I remember correctly, but I don't remember right now.
Yeah, I remember when I
Oh,
was
now I
like
remember.
watching the
In
final
that
part. I remember like how the whole ending happened. So I
that
was
that
like, okay,
whole
I
that book was actually very foreshadowing because there was when Brody saw that his kid was inside of that little boat in the pier, he was like, "Get out of there!" And then the mom looks at the book, and she sees a picture, and there was the shark made a hole in the boat, and it
oh
was very
yeah,
similar to the boat that they found in the middle of the ocean in the night,
yes, middle of
where
the
Hooper
ocean.
learns that it's a great white. So again, that book was very foreshadowing.
Perhaps
I
you could say
mean,
that
he
that
was
book
It was a book of prophecies.
was a book of
no, he was
prophecy.
just reading the novel.
That
He's
too.
like,
He
oh,
could have
True.
been
this
reading
is
the
how
novel.
it ended.
Ah. So this is how he was Midos, I know what it is. He was reading a tips and tricks magazine. He was like, "Oh, so this is how you're supposed to beat the boss." Okay.
Yeah,
That's where he got the idea
basically.
to throw the cylinder into his mouth and then shoot at it to make it explode.
Also, G mentioned the Book of Prophecy, and all I remember is freaking Kingdom Hearts Union
I
Cross, and
know.
I'm like, God,
I know.
are we
And it wasn't
connecting
G, it
Jaws
was me, and
with Kingdom Hearts?
I said
Oh, it was you.
yeah, and I said it, and I immediately after I said it, I was like, oh shit, I just mentioned Kingdom Hearts again.
Are we
G must not have
connecting?
played Maneater. TNT is the least of the wild
I
weapons in
mean,
that game. Yeah, G hasn't played Maneater. I should probably
No, I
loan it to
haven't.
you because I
it's
have it.
so good.
Yeah. The
But
only problem is that
also,
the PS4 version is like very low frame rate. Like it chugs a lot. But
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
playable. I got the
can
platinum
we
there, so it's playable.
can we say that Monstro is kind of like Jaws? Maybe?
Wait, what?
Question mark?
Oh, Monstro from Kingdom Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts?
Oh god.
Yeah. Maybe
Ah.
that counts. That can count as a Jaws, even though it's a whale, not a shark. But whatever, nobody cares. Same mammal, same aquatic mammal.
Same fish. It's a big fish.
My brain just went kaput when you said that sharks are mammals and you said the whales are fish.
Like, the
Brain
point-
exists no more.
The point is that Monstro is maybe. I mean, but it no, not that. He says Jaws.
Yeah,
But no, he doesn't have
Monstro
Jaws
is in
either.
Mamau.
I don't know. I don't even know why we got here. Why are we here again?
Kingdom Hearts. Book of
Yeah,
Prophecy.
Kingdom Hearts. Anyways, yeah, half of the
So yeah,
movie
they went-
is them getting is Brody essentially fighting the system, fighting the man, fighting the mayor, because the mayor wants to open up the beaches for 4th of July, or have the beaches open for whatever, for all the period of time instead of closing them down, because it's for the people's safety, because that's what you do. But no, because politicians, like I said. So we have 3 incidents, 4 if you count. When did they go?
Are we counting the dog too as an incident?
Okay, so 5, because it's the chick, the kid, the dog, the old man. Do they go? when is it that they go check out the? No, the boat in the middle of the night is before the old man in the pond.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 5 incidents or 4 incidents, and that 4th of July it was the 5th one. So they finally decide, okay, let's let me put the part where Quint actually shows up for the first time, because I think that we've seen this scene in a lot of other media after this movie. Like there's
That
this.
scene, I really had to scream because of the sound.
Oh
It's
yeah, the freaking board.
Yeah, the typical person in the back interrupting the conversation by using the chalkboard or something, so that people actually shut up and pay attention to him. So we have that scene we have seen in other media, like I said. Obviously, Jaws was very influential, just like Star Wars. So there are a lot of things, but that one was the one that stood out to me the most. I've seen this done in other media after the fact.
Yeah.
Also, Quint actually. It wasn't until after I finished watching the movie, that I got to think, he reminds me of my uncle now, though. I have an uncle who looks exactly like him. Like, same blue eyes. He always uses fucking caps. He's got a mustache just like that, and he hunts crabs in the river. So I was like, I wonder. Also, by the way, I did not mention the actors. It's Roy Scheider as Brody, Robert Shaw as Quint, the one we just saw, Richard Dreyfuss as Hooper, and Murray Hamilton as Mayor Vaughn. There's other people, but those were the most important ones. Specifically the first three.
I believe Brody's wife takes the leading role. I don't remember if it's in Just 4. The Revenge, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, Just 4 is the Revenge. Yes. Quint is the same
Yes, but I
character
don't
as the guy in Independence Day. Huh. Which, by the way, Independence Day, that's another movie that we're going to do in 2 more episodes. So connected. Everything is connected to in Mystery Movie Friends.
Oh,
But yeah, after that halfway point, it's basically Quint, Hooper, and Brody chasing down the shark in the middle of the ocean, and that is like for 50 plus minutes. That it's just them, only just them three and the shark. That's it. Nobody else in the whole rest of the movie, even to. Which was surprising to me. I thought that they would like get to shore or something, and they would show that. I mean, they do show it kind of in the credit scene, but like the mayor showing up again, or the wife, or something. But no, we don't get any of that. We just see them like arrive on the beach with the credits rolling, and it's like a very far away shot, and that's how the movie ends, with them just arriving at the shore.
Yeah.
Oh, not the same actors, but the character is close. Oh, are you talking about the Randy Quaid character? I mean, I guess that does make sense. Yeah. I have seen Independence Day, which is why I know what he's talking about. But yeah, the like I said, after the halfway point, it's just those three. We get a little bit more backstory from Quint. He was aboard the USS in Indianapolis. Which was do you know more about this
story on that one?
Oh yeah, I actually looked it up too.
I believe it's a real incident where, well, sadly, sailors were lost because of that.
Yeah, 1100 sailors. The USS Indianapolis was responsible for like carrying parts of the bomb that ultimately was the Hiroshima bomb. Is what he mentioned and shit. Yeah, we get that backstory. Hooper's a rich kid, I guess. That's his superpower. I'm rich.
Well, yeah, he's his. Let's
thing
say
is that
he has resources, but he also he's no slouch because he knows his way around the boat, and he is an expert on marine life.
Yeah, he doesn't come off as a rich person. Like he doesn't conduct himself like other rich people. So I don't know. I found him I found him good. Did you guys have any problem with any of the actors? Because I personally didn't. I think that everyone was good
No.
in this movie. Maybe like the tertiary characters, throwaway characters, like the two fishermen that went to try and get to capture the shark at night. Like they were a little bit over the top. I think for the brief moment that they were in screen, but you know wasn't horrible, and it didn't take away anything from the movie. I think that the wife was good. The kids were surprisingly good.
Okay,
You know,
I was gonna mention this. This is one of those movies where the protagonist doesn't have some sort of problem with his family.
yeah, and the wife was very supportive and all that. I think that it was after.
They did have like like sort of discussions. They were new in town as well. They came from New York, so it was like turning their whole lives upside down. So it's expected to have like problems between family, but it was not something that it was unbearable or something like that. It was
Yeah, it's
they
not-
were working together.
Yeah, it's not like in other movies where the wife gets super mad at the husband or something and is like and leaves or some of that shit. You know, it was very I just gotta commend this movie because it's very well made. Like the cinematography was excellent in my opinion. Like
This is one of the reasons why I have seen that movie why I have seen this movie so many times. It's a movie that, even though that it's 46 years old, it still holds up for me.
yeah,
It still holds up.
Yeah, it definitely holds up. I do have like a pacing problem, I guess. You know, like unlike 101 Dalmatians, where I said last time that once you hit the halfway point, the movie just keeps going and going and going and going and going, and you barely notice that it's going. This one I did notice for the most part that the movie was going. You know, like it was very much slow pace, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just sometimes you do. I know that Mitos before the stream he did say that he kind of fell asleep, and I want to fault him for that. But I also don't want to fault him for that because I kind of understand. Like, there isn't really that much to the plot in this movie. Like, you don't have to be glued to the screen the whole time, to pick up everything that's going on. But I liked it. I like the movie regardless of whatever pacing. Like, I don't know how they could have done it better. Maybe shorter. Maybe the movie could have been like
Yeah, it felt a little bit too long. 2 hours is just.
yes, like there it could have benefited from a few scenes maybe getting chopped. Mostly when they were out at sea, the three of them. Like there were a lot of, and I kind of understand as well. Like they have to set up the atmosphere and this mood and of just three men alone against
one scene I
nature.
will keep. One scene I will keep is
Mhm.
them talking about all their scars and everything.
That's character development though, so that one definitely has to stay.
That one was very good.
Yes. Like any scene that is character development, I can leave it. It's
Like, what was the name of the captain?
Quint.
Pirate captain.
Quint.
Yeah, like Quint. The scene that Quint is putting the fishing rod and everything about the fishing rod, and then they go like super slow motion of him tying the fishing rod on his belt, and I was like, why are they doing this in slow motion? What's the point of it?
In slow motion?
If
I didn't see it in slow motion.
If
this wasn't a Zack Snyder movie.
If it's a scene that you're actually referring to, it's when the shark actually first picks up the bite that the lure that they send to the sea. I believe that he's actually doing it that slow because he doesn't want to disturb the rod and make the shark go away.
Yeah, it's not slow motion. It's more like he's putting the things on.
I know it's not. Yeah, I know it's not slow motion, but still, it's like his logo is so slow. Like,
yeah, but then again, there's a reason for why he's doing it.
Yeah, I guess
he's just Cocoa Pops for mostly so.
That's true.
But yeah, like aside from all that, like after they venture out and see, they have a little bit of character development and shit. There basically isn't like too much. Like they just chase around the shark. The shark gets away. They chase it again, or the shark comes back and starts ramming the boat.
Yeah.
Which
and
I would actually say that they sin on that part because it started hitting the hits on the boat. They started coming more consecutive, and if we think about sharks, it will actually hit once, go around, and then hit again. It will actually benefit a little bit for one hit, pausing, one hit, pausing, one hit, pausing, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. The weird part about that scene though is that mostly takes place at night, and seemingly the shark disappears until the morning when they are trying to fix the boat, and that's when the shark comes back. So I don't know necessarily what happened there. By the way, did you guys notice the meteor in the night shot?
Yeah.
2 meteors, yeah.
Two.
There's 2. One of them is real. The other one was digitally incorporated into the movie, which is the second one.
Seriously?
Yes. I noticed because it was. I noticed it because I was like, this was like when I saw the meteor. Let me see if I can find the part where it happens. I don't remember.
The first one you actually see the meteor because it's a shot of Hoover standing in the bridge, and you're looking up. So when the meteor passes, you see the I believe that is a red streak that you see.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the second one, so you mentioning that it's digitally added.
Yeah.
Now it makes me want to go back and actually see what the heck.
I actually read up on, because I only saw the first one. I looked and I was curious, so I looked it up they had mentioned that it happens twice. Like there are two supposedly two meteors that pass. The second one is added digitally, and I can also tell that it's added digitally because the way that the first one passes by is very natural. Again, just like the shark filming and shit, it looks natural. But the second one, you can see it like cutting. So it's digitally inserted into the shot, and this is apparently something that Steven Spielberg does in his movies. He apparently puts I guess a meteor,
Shooting star?
a shooting star, yeah, in his movies apparently. But the first one, it was a total coincidence that they were filming and the meteor passed at that exact moment. It just caught my attention immediately, and I had to look it up. And I'm trying to find yeah, it's so interesting. That was like one of the most fascinating parts of the movie to me. Not the shark, it was the meteor. I think that it's in this part.
You think
Yeah,
that's a meteor?
There it is.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah, let me put it for everybody here.
You think that's a meteor, but that is actually The Rock and Vin Diesel riding.
No,
Hey.
no. It's Optimus Prime. No, wait, it's Bumblebee, because Bumblebee takes place in the 70s, and Bumblebee is. Oh no, wait, is that Universal or is that Paramount? So right here, see, it looks
You lost
natural.
me.
It looks natural, and where's the second one? It's supposed to be around. Oh, there it is. See?
There
There.
it is.
But did you see the difference? That it just goes
It's like it chops
very
a little bit.
very cartoonish. It looks very cartoonish. It looks like, it was inserted.
It's,
This one,
it's
when you
like
look at
Mito
it,
says.
it has a more natural. But yeah,
Yeah, but it's like Mito says, the second one actually chops a little bit.
yeah, that's why I noticed it that it wasn't real as well. But yeah, that was Bumblebee actually coming down to to become a Volkswagen or something. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like the rest of this is just them trying to catch the shark and not succeeding for 50 plus minutes.
Yeah, big air quote fighting. The
Yeah,
shark.
quote unquote fighting the shark, more like the shark toying with them, kind of, I guess.
And beating the shit out of the boat.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Don't you think we're gonna need a bigger boat? By the way, I love that quote, and I wish that we could implement it into ratings somehow. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Oh, also, Mitos, we changed one of the
Yes.
ratings.
Oh God.
R.I.P. What an asshole! It is now going to be put the cookie down. That is the bottom rating. So,
All right.
just so you, I think that it makes more sense. We will eventually replace every rating that is not movie related with a movie related quote. I think we are left with only two so far. That's No Good, which is Sonic, and It's a Whopper, which is from Trails of Cold Steel. But every other one is a movie based quote. So we'll eventually do it. We'll eventually replace every single one of them. But anyways, so Hooper gets inside a cage. They've run out of ideas. Hooper gets inside a cage. He decides to go down into the ocean to try and stick
Try and
the
wrestle with a shark. Like a man.
shark
he
with
is.
with a
He
spear.
tries he tries to poison or something. It was poison, right?
It was nitrate or something like that, if I remember correctly. I don't think he was trying to like, inject him with something.
He was trying to pinch the shark with a harpoon.
Yeah. So that fails because while he's looking
Yeah.
up, while he's looking in front or to the sides, the shark, which is such an amazing specimen, just decides to go behind him and just.
Let's be real. The poor man didn't have his glasses. He
Oh yeah,
couldn't
he
see
couldn't. Oh
shit.
yeah. So it's almost like me, like without my
I was
glasses.
gonna
Like,
say, is that
I can't see
yeah.
shit. So let me
put
see.
the guy who can't see without his glasses in the chart box.
Yep. But he volunteered, so he was the one who was like, no, it has to be me.
The guy is obsessed with sharks.
Oh yeah, he is obsessed with sharks too. It's before this. I love it because it's like, okay, where are you? Where are you? Come on, shark. Come on. Hello, it's me. It's Shark. You've been looking for me. Oh, I'm right here. I'm right here behind you. Oh, yes. This movie would have been 10 times better than it already was if the shark could talk and it was voiced by Arnold. Hello, I'm right here. Hey, you looking for Sharky? It's me right here.
Arnold.
Every character,
Himself.
every character needs to be voiced and performed by Arnold every single time. But yeah, he fails to pinch him, and the shark breaks the cage, and he manages to hide. Brody and Quint think that he died, or that he's dead, or well, I mean, they don't see
Something bad
blood.
happened.
Yeah, they don't see blood. They just see that the cage is
It's empty.
busted, and the shark starts attacking the boat again. Quint dies, sadly.
He gets
Maybe.
it. Hell yeah.
Quint dies, and then goddamn you, Mitos. And Brody just throws the tank thing, the nitrogen, the whatever the hell tank,
Yeah, the
explosive.
second oxygen tank into
Compressed air.
into the mouth.
Yeah, the oxygen tank thing. He throws it into his mouth, and then he shoots it, and boom
Then he
goes.
becomes. But before he managed to get the hit, he becomes freaking a stormtrooper.
A stormtrooper, yeah. He misses a couple shots before he actually hits it. I mean, it's a moving target. And it's a small moving target.
And it's at sea, so it's 10 times harder.
Okay, we need. Let me put it up at the big screen. Blow up! Blow up! No! Blow up! I love that line, by the way. Smile, you son of a bitch.
Nice.
I love it. And I also love his reaction when he sees that.
When he pulls up, it's like, yay!
I love it. It's such a good moment when that fucking
very
Star
happy.
Destroyer finally goes down. But yeah, he kills the shark, and Hooper is alive. And then they swim to shore because, well, the boat sank. Quint is dead,
Happily ever after.
and they die.
Yeah.
The end. What a happy ending.
And because the shark is dead, they never made a second one.
Yes, exactly. There were no sequels whatsoever to this film. Oh boy. Yeah, this was a good movie.
It was decent. At least it was better than what I remember.
yeah, you guys were, especially Mythos was like, you're gonna hate this movie. You're gonna have a bad time with this movie. You're gonna, and I didn't. I enjoyed it.
It's
There
at
isn't
least
a movie of Steven Spielberg that I haven't, or at least the ones that I have watched that I don't, at the very least, like. You know, like there isn't a one that I'm like, oh, I hate this movie or whatever. You know, like I don't. Temple of Doom is my Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom is my least favorite Indiana Jones movie, and
Temple of
Kingdom of
Bonitas.
and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is another one of those that is, ugh. But I don't hate them, you know. So, and also
No, you just won't.
the other
Then again,
movies.
my taste of movies like makes this movie like I don't like a lot of talking, and this movie has a lot of talking.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, that's honestly like where we differ. Where you know, I like character development. I like storytelling and shit. You like you like seeing things go boom boom.
Exactly. The more boom boom, the better.
So yeah, that's
So-
where we separate ourselves, and that's
So you
why
were-
usually our ratings are usually very disparate unless we somehow agree. What? Them. Okay. A little
They
bit
made
back.
4 movies.
Oh, they made
They
4
made
movies.
4 movies.
Yeah, but they weren't directed by Steven Spielberg. So,
They count.
yeah.
I mean, gee, I think you're counting the Sharknado ones. Those doesn't count.
I have seen all the Jaws movies and I like them all. So yeah, I know.
Oh,
I've actually
oh
only
my.
seen this one. This is the only Jaws movie I've seen, and I was like, whatever. And
The
then
only other
because
Jaws
of
movie-
this movie, I never saw the other ones.
The only other Jaws movie that I've seen is The Meg. My God, it's a megalodon. I think we like
So-
that
so-
movie.
So on what side I am? Left side, right side?
I don't know.
You are
You-
on the left side, which is the right side.
So if I
Because
go
it's
this
mirrored.
way, it would hit Lion, right?
Perhaps.
No, I think it's the other way.
Oh no! You hit Captain Frank Silva over there with it and knocked out his pipe from his face.
Wait, stop smoking. So you were saying?
So yeah,
rating. Let's
yeah,
see.
ratings. I've gone first too many times, so you two, rock paper scissors. Who's gonna go first?
Last time was Mythos.
All right.
No,
Gee.
last time I went first. Before that was Mythos. I believe it's your turn to go, Lion.
Hmm.
Don't boo me.
Gah. Based on what Mido has
All
said,
right, I'll go. Uh-huh.
yes. Are you or am I?
No, it is you.
No, you
That's-
go.
No, I am you.
You know my ratings start with a meme, and I want to leave the meme for the end.
Okay. So, based on what Mitos had said prior to me watching the movie, I was expecting to maybe not enjoy it. Maybe, you know, like it's an old movie, you know. It's even before Star Wars. So, what good is this movie? You know, this film if it's prior to Star Wars, and you know, I like I said, I have my problems.
Speaking
Specifically
like a
the
true snob.
the pacing and all that. But it's not at the level of problems that I had with something like with Superman the movie, where I had very big problems with that movie. from Lex Luthor to the actual plot and shit. Here, I don't have that problem. I think that everyone fits this movie. I think that every actor does its job well. The cinematography is fantastic. Again, like I said, my only issue is that it could have been a little bit shorter of a movie. They could have cut some scenes here and there. I don't think that that it should have been like so much time chasing the shark, like, especially considering that we had seen what the shark could do and shit. Like, I understood why they did them did these longer shots, or chasing him, losing him, chasing him, losing him, and all that. But I think that they could have done with a little bit shorter. That could have made it a much better movie than it already is. One other criticism that I do have is that aside from the Jaws theme itself, the I particularly don't think that any of the themes in the movie fit well with it. Like, there was in one of the shots where they're chasing the shark, there is this theme that is very like whimsical, and I'm like, this does not fit what is going on in the screen right now. So
they were chasing Jaws, and there was this very happy go around song music, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it did not fit at all. And I'm surprised because I believe that it's John Williams who did the score for this movie as well. So that is very surprising to me, because to me he has.
I was actually expecting Beethoven to appear, like Beethoven the dog,
or Free Willy or something.
That song reminded me of that stupid movie.
But yeah, they did it. Some of the tracks just didn't fit, specifically those like whimsical sounding tracks. I don't know what happened there, honestly. But aside from those two things, I honestly had no problem with this movie. I like it. I can't really say that I will come back to it as many times as G. You said you've come back to it. Like, yes, it's a good movie, and I understand why people love it and have it in high regard. I do not, however, think that it's a movie necessarily for me. Like, in the sense that I will keep coming back to it, like I do with Star Wars and Scott Pilgrim and whatnot. It's a whopper. To me, it's a whopper because there is barely anything that is bad to me in this movie. Like I said, just pacing issues for me, and one or two, and the soundtrack, aside from the Jaws theme, which is amazing. But aside from that one, the rest of the tracks, for the most part, do not mesh well with the movie. So aside from those two things, it's a whopper for me, honestly.
It's a rating that I didn't expect from you. From what you were saying, I expected like life is good, but it could be better.
No, because so life is good, but it could be better. I would only give it if I felt like the characters or most of the plot didn't make sense, or it was not great. Like I said, I have given the Life is Good, but it could be better rating to other movies that there are very glaring problems with movies. This one doesn't have glaring problems. It just has personal problems of my preference of could have been shorter movie. So that and how do you fix that with a better pacing and cutting some of the scenes? It's mostly at the end that there's like too much, like it drags on a little bit. But for the most part, again, I like how they handled the shark, not showing him, introducing the characters like Quint, showing him at the beginning, interrupting, introducing Hooper, Brody, who is our main protagonist, and all that. I like all of that stuff. So it's really mostly like the end, but it's not like 101 Dalmatians last time where I didn't really like the ending because I had seen a better ending to that same to of that movie. So that's why I give it a Whopper, honestly.
Okay, okay, okay.
G?
Understood that. Okay, so for me, my rating it's okay. Let me go first for the things that I do have a problem with the movie. Like you said, the pacing it's kind of off if you like try to follow it. If you try to like keep like like you want to if you want the movie to don't spend so much time in scenes where they could be a little bit shorter because I believe that that's the pacing problem that you have. Some scenes for me could be shorter, but then again, I understand why those scenes are the length they are. As for the music, I don't have a problem with the music as being bad. It's a matching problem like you do have. Maybe if they would have used that whimsical music at the end when they killed the shark, I think that it would have been a better fit. Other than that, I don't have a problem with the music, and I I do have a problem with the. I would say that is with the amount of people that they bring to the town because it's supposed to be a small town, but there's a lot of people in that town.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, but it's a tourist
Uh-huh.
town, so
Yes,
like
but it I don't know if you I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly, but if it's a small town but it's a tourist town, you will get the most number of people in on special occasions. Before the 4th of July and before the fishermen came to the town, there shouldn't be like so much people or anyway, that's me nitpicking
yeah,
things from this movie.
yeah.
But other than that, it's a goddamn whopper for me. It's like you capture the guardian and it's a whopper. And by the way, the guardian is like a legendary fish that you capture
Yep.
in Trails of Cold Steel. Fitting for the movie, I know. But
Yeah.
it's a whopper for me. It's a movie, unlike you, it's a movie that I go back to it, and it's because it's well structured. For me, it ages well. It's like I compare it to Back to the Future because it's those movies, those old type of movies that have practical effects, that have those old techniques of filming that you don't see or rarely see to this day. And I really appreciate when I can actually go back to a movie and it's not there's no overacting because the actors actually act really good.
Yes, I forgot to mention how natural the acting in this movie was. Like the
Yeah.
actor, it never really feels like they're acting for the most part. It feels
Yes.
like natural, actual people dealing with, aside from tertiary or support characters or whatever that do exaggerate a little bit, but for the main characters, they do seem very natural, so I also appreciated that.
Okay. There's no overacting and the special effects they're practical but they resemble reality better than they do in other movies because For example, shooting the rifle. When Quint actually shoots the rifle at the shark, and Hoover comes back and says, "No, you need to wait. He's too far, or he's too on the bottom, and it will not reach it." If you go by the logic of guns, of course it will not reach it because that's an M1 Garand. It's not. It has power, but not enough power to actually penetrate and get the shot. Other than that, it's a whopper for me because, well, it's a movie that I can just pick it up, watch it, be entertained, not be bored, and not fall asleep. And it's a movie that literally the plot is there. You could say that it's non-existent, but it's a plot that it's like something that you cannot build upon because
it's a very
just a-
basic. It's a very basic plot, like you know.
but
Shark,
I
shark,
appreciate
shark
It is very
attacks.
simple.
Shark attacks. They try to deal with the shark. They fail, and then they try again. And it's very
Exactly.
basic. You know, there's not
It's-
much to it.
It's very basic, but I appreciate the fact that from something that basic, they actually build a series of movies, and I like them all. So, Mythos, take it.
So that's 3 Whoppers, by the way, because John also gave it a. It's a Whopper.
We need John.
Mythos.
Petition to replace me with John.
Hashtag bring back.
Si sigues
hashtag
hablando
bring
mierda.
John.
Si sigues hablando mierda, vas a terminar reemplazado así.
Translation: if you keep talking shit, I'm
No.
going to replace you.
No, I appreciate that Mythos is like the deferring, the contradictory to all of us. Honestly, like.
That's-
Although John didn't John give Godzilla Final Wars a Whopper as well? So he was the contradictory one on that one. You know what? Considering no, Mythos, you stay. John is you're gonna be replaced, John.
That was
He's not
fast.
even here.
That was fast.
You're hired. You're fired.
All right, so my rating is gonna be, it's a Whopper. Because look how fucking handsome do I look in the damn picture. Hell yeah, with that pipe and everything and all that grocery. Looks sexy. Also, fuck Billy.
Ryan,
Nobody
is
cares
this-
about Billy.
Is this
Alex,
book big enough? Do you need a bigger book to hit Mythos?
we're gonna need a
What-
bigger
what
book.
I don't see a book.
We're
All
gonna
I see
need a
is
big. We're gonna need a
Oh,
bigger
you mean
book.
the- I thought, okay, is what.
Yes,
yeah,
John.
that's
Mythos is a
the-
troll.
But yeah, I'll give it a Whopper.
Are you bullshitting or are you really giving it that?
I am gonna give it that because even though I didn't have all there was people talking, and I know my likes on movies is if there's too much talking, I just fall asleep. But still, I really enjoy whenever somebody got eaten, and also I really like the chase at the end. It was a very very fun chase to watch. Like them trying to lure Jaws, and also like putting the harpoon with the barrels to like see where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like they use a lot of techniques that made me very curious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a Whopper.
Wow. Unanimous decision. I'm impressed. I was not expecting that from you.
We'll call this a mystery jackpot.
Well,
And also,
We'll
I
call
look
the-
fucking sexy on that picture. Hell
Ah.
yeah! Look at me with my happy little captain hat and everything. I look fucking sexy. I wish I could
Okay.
look like that tomorrow.
Don't worry. You will. Just bring a pipe and a hat.
No, I will not look like that tomorrow because he's smiling.
Oh,
He's a very happy captain.
yeah.
I am not a very happy captain.
He's a very happy and horny captain, yes. I'm now I'm curious how it's gonna go on the next episode, which is going to be Fast and Furious. I am very curious how that one's gonna go. Actually, I'm very curious about the next two. I'm very curious about the next two, actually, because it's Fast and Furious and then Independence Day.
Yeah.
So, I do wonder. But
Independence Day, the day that Will Smith saved us all.
oh yeah, 4th of July is the day of Will Smith. That is a fact.
Everybody, Will Smith this, Will Smith
You don't
that.
even have to send
Blah,
the
blah,
link,
blah.
Lion.
No one
Lion.
remembers Jeff Goldblum was there with Will Smith, and no one remembers the guy that went kaboom with the A.
Randy Quaid.
Yes.
Lion. You don't have to send us the movie on 4th of July because probably Wappa is gonna
Wapa's gonna show that shit in full HD. Sin editar. Oh my god. Yeah. En
with zero
estreno.
cuts. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
En estreno.
En estreno, papá. Before we leave for the night, what was the name of the movie again? Firelight?
Firelight, yeah. 1964.
1964? Okay, so there's a 1997 one. So let me see. Firelight. 1964. Uh,
1969.
there's only like one. Most complete version of Student Servers and. Shit.
What am I watching?
I have no idea. I don't think that I can get it to a better quality either.
You're expecting way too much quality for a 1964 trailer. Or whatever this is.
1964. This is interesting. Look at that car move, though.
I bet it is moving.
Yes, it is moving. It's interesting because before Star Wars, George Lucas had also directed like other movies, specifically American Graffiti and THX. Also, this apparently doesn't have any sound, I guess. Oh, it does have sound, but you can barely hear the shot.
Tom, get it away! Maybe it's attracted to noise. Be quiet. Tommy, I'm scared!
Oh, is this a quiet place? What the hell are we watching here?
I think that it's weird.
Yes. So
Is that supposed to be Casper?
well, Dog is barking, so maybe. Maybe it's a ghost.
Oh, the dog is dead. That's for sure.
Interesting. I don't understand much of what the hell is going on right now, so.
neither.
But it's interesting, you know, going back and seeing, you know, how he started. You know, it basically looks like just, I guess not a fan film, an indie film, I guess. Like, you know, nowadays, like how indie filmmakers do movies and shit. It looks very, very much like that, like very low budget, very very experimental and shit. So it's interesting to see, at least that. I was maybe he got the idea for ET with this. I don't know. We'll see. We do need to watch a couple more of these Spielberg movies. The other ones I have seen, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of my favorites. E.T. I believe I've only watched that once in my life. Close Encounters of the Third Kind I've never watched. Jurassic Park, that one I have seen. We absolutely need to see that. And what else? Aside from those. Yeah, I mentioned E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jurassic Park. And no, Back to the Future is not by Steven Spielberg. But we will watch Back to the Future eventually. But yeah, people, that's about it for tonight's stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming by, for hearing us talk about
Rant and ramble and all that.
a big shock. A big shock. The one about the Berlin Wall with Tom Hanks is great. Which one is that one? I forget the name. God, which one is it? I don't think that we should watch. God, the Liam Neeson one, Schindler's List. I don't think that we should put that one. I don't think that we should have that one on the list. Because if this one made Mythos fall asleep, that one he's gonna combust into flames. Because that one is mostly talking. I remember when they put that movie in elementary school for us, and you know, we were all thrilled. Bridge of Spies, yeah, that one. That's the Tom Hanks one. There's also, is Catch Me If You Can Steven Spielberg? I don't know. He's done a lot of movies, so we'll see. But at least the more, you know, popular ones. But yeah, people. We'll be back for another episode of Mystery Movie Friends in 2 weeks, where we will go. We will live our lives a quarter mile at a time, and we're just going to call ourselves a family.
Father's Day. Yay.
Wait, when is Father's Day? Is it next week or 2 weeks from now?
It is the week we're gonna be doing Fast and Furious.
Nothing says Father's Day more than going fast and furious.
I mean, dads, cars,
Eh,
Saturdays.
eh, eh,
wins on that.
eh, eh. It all comes together, boys. But
Saturdays are made for dads and dads' cars.
yeah, me those. Give your usual thing to people.
I exist.
You exist.
I have no idea when I'll be back streaming.
boy.
Hopefully tomorrow. Maybe it depends how dead I feel
Oh
after
boy.
the test tomorrow. If
I
not, I'll
see.
be back on Tuesday, continuing on with Horizon Zero Dawn over at twitch.tv/Mrs. Gaming 29. Also, you can search on YouTube Mrs. Gaming 29 and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post my VODs there. And the VOD where the big bird glitch in the air and it looks very funny, it's up now. So you can watch that. It was a very hilarious thing.
Hey, you killed it. So
I
glitches
killed
for the
it,
win.
but it glitched.
Glitches for the win,
And
man.
I was so mad. G did not saw it. I fought the big bird. The big bird decided to stand in the air and he got stuck in the air and he could not attack. So I could just hit it until it died.
He's
That was
still a
my
evil
first
motherfucker.
kill.
And he's mad at that. I would call that a blessing.
After that, I actually killed it off stream. Like I've already killed it like 7 times because it gives purple attachments. So
Uh-huh.
I'm just farming those.
I see. And G, you're still working on the thing, so nothing
Yeah.
yet. But
Still
you are
working on
cooking.
it.
You are cooking something.
It's
But the
taking form.
G is cooking.
If you can smell what the G is cooking. I'll be hopefully back on Tuesday to finish Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. Hopefully. Maybe. We'll see. And then I'll hopefully be back on Wednesday or Thursday to do First Strike, where I'll be playing Dirge of Cerberus Final Fantasy VII. AKA,
Final Fantasy Shadow the Hedgehog.
yep, Out the
Oh,
Edge.
please.
Ow.
Don't sound so
the
excited.
I am excited.
Please
What
don't.
are you saying? That game is like 10 out of 10.
No, it's 11 out of 10. It breaks the boundaries.
It breaks.
Wow.
But yeah, people, that's about it. Meatos needs
It's a
to.
Whopper.
It's no, it's the force is strong with it. Meatos needs to go sleep, so that's also why we are leaving. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
say
need to go
early,
to
but
eat
we're
and then
almost
sleep.
at 2 hours again because we were at like 1 hour and a half before we gave our ratings, and we started giving our ratings, and now we're at 2 hours. It just happens, man. I try, buddy.
We
I
ramble a
try.
lot.
Anyways, yeah, we talk too much. Anyways, people, that'll be it. So until next time, may your hearts be your guiding key. Remember to stay inside, stay alive, stay hydrated, be kind to everybody, and remember to like, share, subscribe over on twitch.tv. I mean, youtube.com/Commander Lionheart, and give me a follow right here on twitch.tv/Commander Lionheart. Good night, everybody, and remember, you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yo, landlubbers.